All right, so you're prepping for a public relations manager interview?
And feeling that mix of excitement and what if they ask me about?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where this deep dive comes in.
We're using RoleCatcher's career guides.
An interview prep to get you feeling ready,
Think of us as your interview sparring partners.
helping you practice those moves.
I love that.
We're going beyond just surface level advice here.
Okay, cool.
We're diving deep into how to answer these common questions in a way that really showcases your strengths,
Yeah.
using the insights that RoleCatcher's AI provides
Right.
about the specific role and company.
So first, I think it's helpful to ground ourselves in what this role actually is.
Yeah,
Public relations manager sounds important,
sure.
but what are they doing day to day?
It's more than just press releases, that's for sure.
Okay.
Think of it as being the architect of a company's image.
Really?
A PR manager shapes public perception,
Uh-huh.
protects reputations,
Right.
and strategically uses all kinds of media to get the right message out there.
Okay, so big picture stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the interview.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher has this question that seems to pop up a lot.
Yeah,
Tell me about your experience developing and executing PR strategies.
that's a good one.
Where do you even begin with that?
This is your chance to shine.
Okay.
The interviewer is not just looking for a list of tasks.
Right.
They want to see your thought process.
Okay.
Think about a successful campaign that you led.
Mm-hmm.
What was the situation?
Uh-huh.
What were your goals?
Okay.
And what specific steps did you take?
Yeah.
Did you focus on traditional media,
Right.
social media, or a mix?
Right. And it's not just about what you did, but the impact you had.
Exactly.
Like, did media coverage increase?
For sure.
Did website traffic spike?
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's AI can actually analyze the company's online presence,
Wow.
giving you data points to weave into your answer.
Love that.
Yeah.
You want to quantify your achievements whenever possible? It's more compelling to say, our social media engagement increased by 40% during the campaign,
Right.
than to simply say, we had a successful social media campaign.
So data is your friend here.
It is.
Okay. Another question RoleCatcher flagged as common is, how do you measure the success of a PR campaign?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
What do you think?
Don't just say media coverage.
Okay.
Get specific with key performance indicators or KPIs.
Okay.
These are measurable goals that are tied to your PR activities. So things like website traffic, social media engagement, lead generation,
Okay.
even how PR indirectly influences sales.
That makes sense. You're not just generating buzz.
Right.
You're driving tangible results.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher can help you identify which KPIs are most important
Yeah,
to the specific company you're interviewing with, so you
Right.
can tailor your answer.
absolutely. Now let's move on to another crucial aspect.
Okay.
Stakeholder and media relationships. RoleCatcher highlights the question, how do you manage relationships with key stakeholders and media outlets?
What are your thoughts on that?
That's a big one.
It feels like a bit as a balancing act.
Yeah.
You're advocating for your company or your client,
Uh-huh.
but you also need to maintain these good relationships
Yeah.
with journalists and other influencers.
Precisely. It's all about building trust and mutual benefit.
Right.
You want to highlight your approach to nurturing those relationships.
Okay.
Maybe you have a system for regular communication, provide exclusive content,
Right.
or pride yourself on being super responsive.
Yeah.
These are all valuable points to mention.
And honesty and transparency are paramount, right?
Absolutely.
You don't want to burn bridges by
Right.
exaggerating or misleading.
Integrity is key in PR.
For sure.
Now, here's a question that might make some people sweat a little bit.
Okay.
Can you provide an example of a crisis communication plan?
Oh, yeah. That one feels high stakes.
Sure.
Every PR manager's nightmare scenario.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Choose a situation where you successfully navigated a PR crisis,
Okay.
even if it was a small one.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on your communication strategies,
Oh, yeah.
how you manage stakeholders and the media,
Okay.
and the positive outcomes that you achieved.
So being able to think on your feet
Exactly.
and communicate clearly under pressure is essential.
It is.
All right. Now, shifting gears a bit,
Sure.
there's a question about staying up to date with industry trends.
Yeah.
How do you stay up to date with industry trends and news?
That's an important one.
This is where you show you're a lifelong learner, right?
Precisely.
Okay.
Mention specific resources like industry publications, websites, influencers you follow.
Yeah.
Podcasts like this one.
Okay.
Conferences, courses.
Yeah.
Things like that.
RoleCatcher can actually suggest relevant resources based on the job description.
Oh, wow.
So you can tailor your answer and even discover new sources.
That's great.
Okay, so we've covered strategy, measurement, relationships.
A crisis communication
Yeah,
and staying current.
right.
That's a lot for part one.
It is.
Before we move on to other aspects of the role,
Yeah.
can you remind us how RoleCatcher's AI can help us refine our answers even further?
Absolutely. RoleCatcher isn't just about providing sample questions.
Okay.
It's like having a personalized PR coach.
I like that.
It can analyze job descriptions,
Right.
help you tailor your resume and cover letter
Uh-huh.
to highlight the most relevant skills and experience,
Okay.
and even provide feedback on your interview answers.
So you're not just going into this interview prepared.
Nope.
You're going in confident
Yeah,
and ready to make a great impression.
that's right.
We'll be back with part 2 to delve deeper into those interview questions.
Great.
And explore other facets of the PR manager role,
Okay.
like managing a team
Mm-hmm.
and navigating influencer marketing.
That sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into preparing for a public relations manager interview. In part 1, we tackled some of the most common questions about developing strategies,
Yeah.
measuring success,
Mm-hmm.
and navigating those tricky stakeholder relationships.
It's a lot to cover.
It is.
It's important.
And we saw how RoleCatcher's AI can be a real game changer.
Yeah.
Giving you that extra edge
Mhm.
by analyzing job descriptions
Uh-huh.
and providing personalized feedback on your answers.
I'll have that feature.
Now, in part 2,
Yeah.
let's explore another aspect of the PR landscape
Okay.
that's become increasingly important.
Right.
Influencer marketing.
Oh, yeah. Big one these days.
Huge.
RoleCatcher flagged this question as a frequent one.
Okay.
Can you discuss your experience working with influencer partnerships?
Okay.
It's a hot topic in PR.
Hmm.
Interviewers want to see if you understand how to leverage it effectively.
So how do you approach this question?
Wow.
Do you just list off every influencer you've ever worked with?
Not quite.
Okay.
Think about campaigns
Uh-huh.
where influencer partnerships were a key part of your strategy.
How did you identify the right influencers for that target audience?
Right.
What were your goals for the partnership?
Yep.
And how did you measure success?
Right. It's not just about finding someone with a massive following.
No.
It's about finding the right influencer
Exactly.
whose values align with your brand
Yeah.
and who can genuinely resonate with your target audience.
It's all about authenticity these days.
Totally.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher can actually analyze an influencer's audience demographics
Wow.
and engagement metrics,
That's amazing.
which can be super helpful in making those decisions.
Super helpful.
Yeah,
Data-driven decision-making is key
I like it.
in influencer marketing.
Okay,
And don't forget to mention the results.
right.
Did the partnership lead to increased brand awareness, website traffic or sales?
Mm-hmm.
Quantify those achievements whenever possible.
Numbers speak volumes.
They do.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and
Let's
talk
do it.
about building relationships with new media contacts.
I imagine that's a big part of a PR manager's job.
You're right. RoleCatcher includes a question about that.
Okay.
How do you approach building relationships with new media contacts?
Mm.
It's all about demonstrating your initiative and research skills.
So not just sending out generic press releases
No,
and hoping for the best.
definitely not.
Okay.
You want to show that you understand the media landscape
Uh-huh.
and you can identify journalists and publications that are relevant to your client or company.
Okay.
Personalization is key.
Right.
Tailor your pitch to their specific interests,
Mhm.
their audience.
Yeah.
Offer them something valuable
Right.
and be persistent,
Okay.
but respectful.
It sounds like building media relationships is a bit like dating.
It is.
You need to put in the effort to get noticed
You do.
and make a good impression.
It's all about building those relationships.
Okay, now for a question that probably makes everyone nervous.
What is it?
Can you discuss a time when you had to navigate a complex issue or challenge in your role as a PR manager?
I like this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it allows you to really showcase your problem-solving skills
Okay.
and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
Right.
Choose a specific challenge,
Mm-hmm.
outline the steps that you took to address it,
Okay.
and emphasize the positive outcomes or lessons learned.
So even if it wasn't a perfect situation,
Right.
focus on what you learned
Yeah.
and how you grew from the experience.
Every challenge is an opportunity for growth.
I like that.
Now, here's a question that allows you to showcase your leadership skills.
Okay.
How do you approach managing a team of PR professionals?
Managing people can be tough.
It can.
What are some key points to highlight?
The interviewer wants to see your leadership style.
Okay.
Are you a collaborative leader
Hmm.
who fosters open communication and empowers team members?
Right.
Or are you more directive,
Okay.
setting clear expectations
Yeah.
and providing structured guidance?
Either way, you want to create a positive and supportive team environment
For sure.
where everyone feels valued
Yeah,
and motivated to do their best work.
absolutely. Highlight examples of how you've successfully led teams in the past.
Okay.
Whether it's achieving a specific goal, navigating a challenging project,
So,
or mentoring a junior team member.
speaking of career paths,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide does a great job of outlining the typical progression
Yeah, it does.
from junior level roles all the way up to senior PR manager.
It's a great resource.
It's really helpful for understanding the potential growth
Yeah.
within a PR career.
It really lays it out clearly.
It does, for instance.
Yeah.
A junior public relations assistant
Mm-hmm.
might focus on supporting senior PR professionals conducting research,
Right.
drafting press releases, and managing media databases.
Those are all important tasks
They are.
when you're starting out.
As you progress to a public relations coordinator role,
Uh-huh.
you take on more responsibility
More responsibility for sure.
for developing and implementing PR campaigns,
Right.
managing media relationships,
Yeah.
and organizing events.
Exactly.
And at the PR manager level,
Yeah.
you're overseeing media relations, crisis communications, managing budgets,
Right.
and leading a team of PR professionals.
Exactly. It's a natural progression.
It is. That's a great overview.
Thanks.
And RoleCatcher even provides example profiles of individuals at each stage,
Really?
which gives you real-world insights
Wow.
into the skills and experience needed to succeed.
I love that.
It's like having a mentor guiding you along the way.
It's a great feature.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
All right.
RoleCatcher has one that's a bit of a curveball.
Oh, what is it?
Tell me about a time you had to pitch a story to a journalist.
Okay, that is a good one. This
Yeah.
is where you showcase your storytelling skills
All
and your ability to craft a compelling narrative.
right, so think of a time
Yeah.
when you successfully pitched a story
Oh.
that resulted in positive media coverage.
Great.
So what are the key elements of a good pitch?
Well, it needs to be concise,
Okay.
attention-grabbing, and relevant to the journalist's audience.
Yeah.
Highlight the so what factor.
Okay.
Why should they care about this story?
Right.
What makes it unique or newsworthy?
Uh-huh.
And don't forget to tailor your pitch
Okay.
to the specific publication or journalist that you're targeting.
It sounds like pitching a story is a bit like crafting a good tweet.
It is.
You need to get your message across quickly.
Yep.
And make it stand out from the noise.
Exactly.
Okay, another question that often comes up is,
Yeah.
how do you stay informed about industry trends and changes in the media landscape?
That's a big one.
This is where you show your commitment to continuous learning.
For sure.
Mention specific industry publications, websites, podcasts,
Uh-huh.
or even social media accounts you follow.
Absolutely.
If you've attended any relevant conferences or workshops, be sure to mention those as well.
It shows you're serious.
It demonstrates your dedication to staying ahead of the curve.
Right.
And RoleCatcher can actually suggest relevant resources based on the job description, right?
It can even analyze the company's media coverage
Wow.
and identify key journalists and influencers that are relevant to their industry.
That's incredibly helpful.
It is.
Okay, let's tackle one last question before we wrap up part 2.
All right.
What are your salary expectations?
Oh, yeah, the big one.
This one always feels a bit awkward.
It doesn't have to be.
Right.
Do your research beforehand.
Right.
Use resources like RoleCatcher or industry salary surveys
Uh,
to get a sense of the average salary range
okay.
for public relations managers in your area
Yeah.
with your level of experience.
So go in prepared with a range in mind,
Exactly.
but be flexible and open to discussion.
Absolutely. Salary negotiations are a two-way street.
Right.
Be prepared to articulate your value, what you bring to the table, while also being open to hearing the employer's perspective.
This has been incredibly insightful so far.
Oh, good.
We've covered so much ground.
Well, we have.
From influencer marketing and media relations to leadership skills and salary negotiations.
A lot.
We'll be back for part 3
Great.
to discuss even more essential tips for acing that PR manager interview,
Okay.
including how to leverage RoleCatcher's AI to its full potential.
I love that.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into preparing for that public relations manager interview.
We've covered a lot, haven't we?
From crafting those winning PR strategies
Yeah.
to navigating those sometimes tricky interview questions,
They can be.
we're getting you prepped and ready to shine.
I hope so.
So in this final part,
Yeah.
let's talk about those extra touches.
Okay.
The things that can really set you apart from
Right.
other candidates.
One of the most important things you can do is research.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about skimming the company's website.
Right.
Dig deeper. Okay.
Look at their recent press releases, their social media activity,
Mm.
any industry articles or reports that mention them.
You want to go in with more than just surface level knowledge, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This kind of in-depth research
Okay.
can give you valuable insights
Yeah.
into the company's culture values
Uh-huh.
and their current PR challenges.
Okay.
You can then weave these insights into your answers,
Right.
demonstrating a genuine interest
Hmm.
and understanding of their specific needs.
It's like showing up to a dinner party
Yeah,
and knowing the host's favorite dish.
right.
You instantly make a connection.
Exactly.
Okay, what else can we do to make a good impression?
Another crucial tip is to prepare insightful questions to ask the interviewer.
Right.
This shows that you're engaged, curious,
Hmm.
and genuinely interested in the role and the company.
It's a chance to go beyond that basic job description
Yep.
and get a feel for the company's culture and priorities.
Precisely. Don't be afraid to ask questions that dig a little deeper.
Mm.
Like, what are the biggest opportunities and challenges facing the PR team right now?
Right.
Or what are the company's long-term PR goals?
And remember, it's a two-way street.
It is.
Asking those thoughtful questions also helps you gather information to determine if this company's the right fit for you.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about something that's become increasingly important.
All right.
Your online presence.
Oh, yeah. A big one.
In today's digital age,
Uh-huh.
your online presence is often the first impression you make
Right.
on potential employers.
Make sure your LinkedIn profile is polished and up to date,
Okay.
highlighting your relevant skills and experience.
And consider creating a professional portfolio website
Yeah.
to showcase your work samples and achievements.
Right. It's a great way to let your work speak for itself.
And remember, consistency is key.
It is.
Make sure your online presence aligns with the professional image
Mm-hmm.
that you want to project.
For sure.
Okay, next tip.
Yeah.
Practice your answers out loud.
It might feel silly at first,
It might.
but trust me, it makes a huge difference.
I agree. This is where RoleCatcher's AI-powered interview practice feature can be incredibly helpful.
Oh, wow.
You can record yourself answering common interview questions
Right.
and get personalized feedback on your delivery content
Okay.
and even your body language.
It's like having a personal PR coach in your pocket,
Eh.
helping you refine those presentation skills and build confidence.
Now let's talk about the power of storytelling.
Okay.
When answering those interview questions,
Yeah.
don't just list your skills and experience, weave
Okay.
them into compelling narratives.
Stories are more engaging
Way more engaging.
and memorable, right?
Absolutely. Think of specific examples
Okay.
where you successfully implemented a PR strategy,
Hmm.
managed a crisis,
Right.
or built a strong relationship with a media outlet.
Okay.
Stories help the interviewer connect with you on a personal level
Right.
and see you as more than just a name on a resume.
It's all about bringing your experiences to life.
It is.
Okay? And don't forget the basics.
Yeah, like what?
Dress professionally,
Mm-hmm.
arrive on time,
Yeah.
or even a few minutes early,
Right.
be enthusiastic,
Mhm.
engaged,
Yeah.
and most importantly, be yourself.
Authenticity goes a long way.
It does let your personality shine through
Yeah.
and show the interviewer that you're not just a qualified candidate,
Right.
but a passionate and driven individual who's ready to make a real impact.
That's what they're looking for.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Eh.
remember, the world of PR is filled with exciting opportunities
It is.
for those who are willing to work hard
Uh-huh.
and never stop learning.
Go into that interview, prepare confident,
Yeah.
and ready to showcase your unique skills and experiences.
And one last thought to ponder.
Right.
How can you use your passion for communication
Mm-hmm.
and your understanding of the media landscape
Yeah.
to create a truly impactful PR career?
That's the question.
The possibilities are endless.
They are good luck out there.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been fun.